Artists make this claim that they want to own their music publishing. We all understand this. They don't want to give away their masters either. But check this out. Industry execs are trying to take this away every day. Now, what's the reason for this? Simple reason is because you don't know how to actually exploit your publishing so that you can make the money that you need to make from it. So therefore, that's why they want to come and take it. Because they're like, yo, you're not capitalizing on this thing. Now, this creates some apprehension in the game because you say, well, if you're going to take my stuff, then am I really going to make any money? Well, right now, you're not making any money. Technically, they're not taking it. They just want to help you out and get a piece in exchange for that. Now, even though many creatives hate this, are you really going to do the work, which is the question. And don't worry, because I got you covered in today's video and beyond. Believe me with this, I got you covered. But my personal mission for me, myself, is I wanted to build a publishing company and take on intellectual property. I want it to be full of intellectual property. That's a dream of mine. You understand what I'm saying? So let me tell you about what I know about how to do this process, the untold art of maximizing your music publishing. Coming up right here on the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. Now today's video is not going to be easy and it's going to be a little bit lengthy. But if you really want to know how to make some money with your publishing, I suggest you stick around all the way to the end. Okay? Now, understanding music royalties, part 1. Music publishing royalties come from the licensing of your musical compositions. Simply that. You're basically letting somebody borrow your stuff or your works for a fee. In many cases, you will be licensing the works. You will not be selling them. Sometimes you can, but in most cases, it will be a license. All right? Now, the copyright type that you will be using is a work of the performing arts. It's not called, what's the publishing copyright? It's not publishing. It's called the work of the performing arts. It's also called composition and all this stuff, but when you go and you look it up in the law books, it's work of the performing arts. Okay, now understanding music royalties part 2. When using this type of work, there are only 5 rights. I know that for my avid viewers who've watched Copyright Explained, I say that there are 6 rights, but those are 6 rights across the board. For the work of the performing arts, there's only 5 that we can exercise. That's the right to reproduce the work, the right to create derivative works, the right to distribute copies to the public, the right to perform the work publicly, and the right to display the work publicly. Those are the rights that you're going to have on your music, on your performing arts works. Okay. Now let's jump deeper into this. There are 2 types of music publishing royalties. They expand beyond that in those 2 categories, but there are only 2 types. At least from my research in this game, there are only 2 types, and I'm going to break it down before you say something. Performance royalties and mechanical royalties. Performance royalties are coming from BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, or SOCAN and PRS, or JazzRack, or GMA, or whatever country you're in. You're going to have a performance rights organization. Okay? They're going to be a part of a company called CSAC, or CSAC. It's not this CSAC, CISAC, and that's going to be the whole organization that all of them tie to. And then you got mechanical royalties, the MLC, Music Reports, and Harry Fox, which handles your international mechanical royalties for digital mechanicals. Don't let Harry Fox tell you that they don't collect those. They do. They just don't want you to know that. All right? For reasons. Anyway, wink, wink. 2 royalty types expanded. Performance royalties, BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, SOCAN, PRS, etc., are collecting these basic ones. And there are other tiny ones in between, but these are just the basic categories. Synchronization royalties for the playback. So like if it's on Netflix or on just TV period, you get a performance royalty for your songs being synchronized in the actual TV show or film. And you got social media, all right? TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. You get paid performance fees for those. It ain't much, but you do. All right? Radio, of course. Digital radio like iHeartRadio, the app, Dash Radio, Music Choice, all that stuff. You get paid royalty for that. Music video broadcast, whether it's on MTV Jams or BET Jams, or if it's just on, online on YouTube, you get paid a royalty for that. And then live performances, which is one royalty that a lot of people miss out. And for some reason, the companies don't want publishers to register these performances for you. So that money gets swept under the rug a lot. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So it's on you artists to log your live performances. Okay, but got to do those. These are the main royalty types for performance royalties. Now let's go look at mechanicals. The 2 royalty types for mechanicals are these. You got your physical synchronization royalties. It's not quite the same as your performance royalties because you won't be getting a mechanical for stuff that plays on Netflix, Amazon, TV, all that stuff. You won't be getting paid a mechanical for that. It's only if it goes to DVD or Blu-ray. Not even DVD, just Blu-ray, right? If it goes to physical, and it's normally up front. That mechanical royalty is normally paid to you up front in the contract. So they'll say, hey, we're going to press 300,000 copies. Here is your, what they call a videogram royalty for you, and we'll pay all of that up front. And then you got your print music royalties. This comes from Lyric Find or Music Match. I'm going to say this. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, like meaning you run your own record label and put out your own music, I would just tell my distributor to collect it for me. However, you can let HFA collect your Lyric Find or Music Match royalties. They have access to do that. And if you're a publisher, I encourage you to let HFA do that because it's going to be a lot simpler than going to Lyric Find or Music Match yourself. Okay? Because you can pool it together in one hub. All right, Lyric Display. All right, that's the same thing as the print. You know what I mean? But let me explain print because I didn't do that. I just went straight to Lyric. Print music is like sheet music. It is what it is. Guitar tablature. If you want to press up those books and sell them, you can. That's a hard game. Social media, of course, you're going to get paid a mechanical royalty for the people who are reproducing the songs on their servers as mechanical reproductions on their servers. But, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. They can barely pay their creators now. They're stopping the bonuses. I don't know how long we have until they stop paying for music. I don't know how it's going to go. Publishing royalties are collected domestically and internationally through reciprocal agreements. Newsflash, you don't need song trust to do this, like I said earlier. Now, registration is key. The key to maximizing your mechanical royalties includes registering your songs with your performing rights organization, PRO, or all three mechanical rights organizations, the MROs, the MLC, Music Reports, and Harry Fox. You have no choice on whether you want to do this or not. It just is what it is. Just make it happen. Go get your money. Now, maximizing music royalties. Step 1, the rights to distribute copies to the public. Now, the weakling of the bunch is making sheet music, simply because a lot of you all won't be doing this. Though there are apps that have sheet music built in, you won't make much here nowadays due to the non-musicality of a lot of compositions. Maximizing music royalties. Step 2, the right to display the work publicly. The most obvious print royalty is lyric display royalties, like I said earlier. Make sure you register your lyrics at your distributor for synchronization, like I said earlier. And though this rarely happens, if they don't offer it, go to Lyric Find and Music Match to deliver your lyrics to the industry. Simply because if the distributor, and DistroKid does offer this. If you're having difficulty using DistroKid or TuneCore to get your lyrics onto the app, then go directly to Lyric Find and Music Match, and then let HFA collect it for you. Simply because you want to make the collection process easier. The more complicated you make it is the more work you put on your shoulders. Now, like I said earlier, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, let your distributor collect it, but only if they do it right. Okay. Now, maximizing music royalty. Step 3, the right to perform the work publicly. Maximize your performance royalties by registering the live shows you play and licensing your music to television, film, and all those commercial production companies. You get what I'm saying? You want to do this. It's putting in the work. It's not just registering it, but now you have to actually go play the live show. You got to get it into film and TV, which means you got to work with the sync agents and the music supervisors. This is the grind work now. You know what I mean? Then we got to make some derivative works. Now, this exercise is a little bit of a stretch when it comes to music publishing because you have to encourage people to remix or sample, kind of like those open verse challenges. You know what I mean? But if you're savvy enough to develop a profitable remix model for your record label, let's say you got a legacy label and you got a huge catalog and you want these remixes to be done so that it brings your catalog into the modern age. Well, you want to get those done. You want people to sample your music. You got to go out there and start hustling the folks to say, sample this, do this. You understand what I'm saying? So it's work. We got to put in work to maximize these royalties. Then we got the right to reproduce this sucker. So the name of the game is to create as many versions of your song as physically possible and get as many usages out of your song as possible. That's the key. That's the key to a great publisher. I need to use this song again and again and again and again. And artists, don't take this the wrong way. This is usually why you're not a publisher, because you don't understand that this is actually the key to the publishing game. And you always want to keep your songs to yourself and say, no, you can't have it, it's mine. And it's like, yo, that's not how you make money. I need to see this thing done like 11 times. To further work on those reproductions, I'm talking about covers, remixes, sync licensing, lyric display. We're going to do it over and over and over and over again. And then we want to outline the different types of music publishing contracts, including traditional music publishing deals, co-publishing deals, and administration deals that you want to do with your works. These deals don't have to be for life. They could be for a term you can get in advance. So you want to discuss the key terms and clauses in the music publishing contracts, including the term length, advance payment, royalty rates, and territory restrictions, and negotiate the contracts to your liking. Now, this is boss move right here. This is straight up boss moves right here. And I know a lot of you all aren't ready for this, but I'm giving it to you straight raw. You know what I mean? I want you to know. Now, common mistakes to avoid is you don't want to sign a publishing deal until you need one. Never forget your splits, because if you don't have a split sheet, or at least you don't have an email stream where everybody agreed to the same splits, then you don't know how much everybody's supposed to get. Never forget to register on time. If you don't register 1 quarter, it's going to take that much more longer for your money to come in. You know what I mean? And we don't want to get it lost to the black box. Now, this is a lot. No business is easy. But if you're going to be in it, learn how to do it. Did you really do all of this work? Yes, I did. And let me tell you how you can too. With the 60-day record label course. You know how you can do this? Because I'm going to show you how to do it in 60 days flat for one. But you're going to have to build an LLC to get this right. And I got you covered with setup, usage, and bank account setup. And then your BMI and ASCAP accounts, whichever one you got to set those up for your publisher's account and your writer's account. And you can't screw that up. And it's got to be attached to the LLC. And then we're going to talk about domestic and international royalty collection, how you're going to collect it, where it comes from. And then your producer contract walkthrough with the template is already in there. Now, you can see the other stuff that's in there and the stuff that's coming soon. I got you on that. But I'm telling you this. Are you really going to do this thing without the structure? No, you're not. I know you're not. You don't want to be sitting around talking about, yeah, man, I was thinking about starting a record label. 12 months later, yeah, man, hey, look, me and my guys, we got the record label going, and, but they ain't got an LLC yet. You just got a BMI account and a DistroKid account. Year 3 comes around. Hey, man, I was thinking about that record label thing we kind of put off. I was thinking maybe we could get it going again. Nah, man, I'm getting you going in 60 days. We don't have time to play. It's $275 or 5 easy payments of $55. What do you have to lose except for time? And we don't want to lose time because we can't get it back. Can always get the money back. But I guarantee you're not losing with this, because the people who are already in it, they already know, and they'll vouch for me by dropping a comment in the comments below. All right? Now, let's develop your strategy after you go through it. After you book a 1-hour call with me, we're going to design a marketing plan for you that will push you forward on the foundation of the record label that you just built. Okay? Do that. And if we just want to ask some questions, you can also book a call with me. Grab the free stuff below if this is your first time watching the channel. All in all, music money makers, if you understand how to run your publishing company the right way, how to get as many copies out of that song as you possibly can, you're going to win. But if you don't even take the time to register, you don't even take the time to promote, you're not really going to win in this game. All right, this is business. I know it's fun to create, but this is business. And I don't want you to fail at this thing. I want you to win. So, music money makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Jump into the 60-day record label course, book a call right down below, and grab the free stuff right down below. And I'll see you next time. Peace.